Monticello students.
I'm Ava Acosta.
I'm Sophia Acosta.
I'm Cecilia Barone.
And I'm Adelaide Fisher.
And we are 4 of your 6 Monticello student senators.
We're so proud of you for your efforts and dedication through this crazy year.
And tonight, we're here to celebrate all of your accomplishments.
We hope you enjoy the 2021 Monticello Award ceremony.
This student thinks like a historian. He asks important questions and understands how major events and ideologies fit together in complex subjects. In spite of the challenges of COVID and online learning, he has striven to master the content on a deep level. His comments and questions in class help other students and always lead to interesting discussions. It's always a joy hearing his perspective and ideas on the content. He always brings a deep level of analysis and understanding to the class. This year's AP European History Award goes to William Dobrecki. This student is a wonderful student and scholar. He is always the one I can depend on to ask perceptive questions and collaborate with other students in a positive manner. He is bright, inquisitive, and was an enjoyable partner in this pandemic education. This year's AP United States Government Award goes to William Dobrecki. This student was selected by all the AP US History teachers for his extraordinary work habits, intellectual curiosity, and willingness to investigate more than what was required of several American historical events. For the passion he displays and willingness to go beyond, this year's AP US History Award goes to Mohtasin Alam.
AP World History is an incredibly difficult course, not only because it's 800 years of the history of the whole world, but also because of all the skills that are required to be successful. This young man is an incredibly curious, passionate, witty individual who is always ready with some random historical facts and some intriguing questions. It is hard to find a student who you can critically analyze historical content with, especially including content not specifically covered in class. And I thoroughly enjoyed the philosophical, analytical perspective he brings to my room. He's become a historian, and I'm so proud of him for what he's accomplished. This year's AP World History Award goes to Jonathan Luna.
This student has a wonderful curiosity and an aptitude for macroeconomics. She always engages class with both poignant and topic questions. She has demonstrated throughout this unprecedented year a consistent and diligent work ethic in completing all of her coursework without hesitation. For excelling in our course, this year's AP Macroeconomics Award goes to Shelby Weber. Both the effort and quality of the work that this student dedicates to art history is exemplary. She strives to perfection, continually reaching for new knowledge on the subject. This shows in the superior work that she consistently produces in our class together. This year's AP Art History Award goes to Rachel Ferrier. AP Seminar, an already swiftly moving research course, has presented more challenges this year than ever before, and yet there is one student who demonstrated time and again that fire tests gold. This student has set his sights on success in all matters and has had to find unconventional routes to overcome unexpected obstacles. This year, he's proven to himself and to all that he is capable of the extraordinary. He was forced into a leadership role earlier in the year and discovered traits that he didn't know he had. He is marked by his impressive work ethic and produces only the highest quality projects that we all cannot wait to see. Because he has risen to the apex of a group of students who have thrived in spite of the unimaginable, the Monticello Award for AP Seminar goes to Manuel Limos Montoya.
Success in AP Literature depends on one's commitment to personal scholarship and collaborative endeavors. This student leads by example in all contexts. Demonstrating a rare capacity for literary inquiry, she frequently leads class discussions and provides timely insights. Her writing has demonstrated constant improvement throughout the year. She is a student of exceptional quality. For these reasons, this year's AP Literature and Composition Award goes to Karina Bernazar.
This student, who is generally interested in his coursework, he consistently makes connections with the material and asks thoughtful questions that demonstrate a true understanding of the APE's concepts. He is also caring, polite, and a conscientious young man who generally shows compassion towards his teachers and his peers. This student was instrumental in creating the National Science Honor Society here at Freedom. This was such a big undertaking, but he clearly was up to the task. The society now allows students who are interested in science to showcase their knowledge and passion for STEM subjects. This year's Environmental Science Award goes to Leanne Shaw.
This young woman is an extremely intelligent and compassionate individual. She consistently completes high-quality work demonstrating excellent mastery of content. She is very organized and often submits assignments way before the due date arrives. In class, the student models active participation, takes leadership roles, and is quick to offer a helping hand for struggling students. This year's English 1 Honors Award goes to Angelina Dahl. This student exemplifies a quality student in English 2 Honors. He not only turns in every assignment on time, but aces each and every one. His responses show a tremendous understanding of the content and an appreciation for the literature he's been given. He guides his peers when put into groups, even when they are online, and he sits in a predominantly empty classroom. For a year that has been filled with challenges for most of us, he has never lost his positive spirit and continuously surprises me with his depth of thought. This year's English 2 Honors Award goes to Jonathan Bull. AP English Language is a complex rhythm of analysis and argument, and the student has learned to appreciate the majesty of that dance. More than that, she challenges herself to keep reaching, to think more critically, and to improve her writing one essay at a time. She has been highly engaged in both virtual and face-to-face classroom environment, and she's a supportive classmate who clearly enjoys learning and pushing us all to grow alongside her. Among many distinguished candidates this year, the Monticello AP English Language Award goes to Ava Acosta.
This student never fails to piece together psychological concepts with what she experiences in everyday life. She expertly weaves together bits and pieces of psychological knowledge with the understanding of how it relates with the greater world. Psychology is more than just knowing information. It is about using what you have learned to understand people and their behaviors and beliefs. She does this remarkably, which is why I am nominating her for this award. This year's AP Psychology Award goes to Amber Martinson. This student has taken on the challenge of the 2020-2021 school year with great character and stride. Even as a launch ed student, she has been consistent in her efforts to learn the material. She has done an excellent job of building relationships with the teacher and other students through this new and unusual virtual platform. Her performance has been amazing, and we are excited to honor Michaela Widmer with the award from AP Microeconomics. Now we'll be presenting the Lin-Manuel Miranda Performing Arts Award. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a composer, lyricist, and actor. As the creator and star of multiple Tony Award-winning Broadway shows, he continues to dazzle and captivate audience members. As such, this award goes to a student who demonstrates the same level of passion and talent for the performing arts. This year's young woman is a wonderful singer with a beautiful voice. She's the only face-to-face soprano in our varsity chorus here at Freedom High School, and has single-handedly held down the section for the entire school year. She's always on task and makes sure to contribute her very best each and every day. This young woman truly leads by example. This year's Lin-Manuel Miranda Performing Arts Award goes to Rachel Lugo. And now we'll be presenting the Glenn Keane Fine Arts Award. Considered to be one of the greatest American artists in the past century, Glenn Keane created numerous animated characters that have become representations of our passions, our strengths, our dreams, and our faults. In 2013, Mr. Keane was granted the title of Disney Legend for bringing some of Disney's most lovable characters to life on the big screen, including Ariel the Little Mermaid, Aladdin, the Beast, Pocahontas, and Tarzan, to name a few. Blending together new technologies with old philosophies of the fine arts, Glenn Keane is a symbol of innovation in his field. This individual has been a model student in AP Art and Design. She brought creative problem-solving skills to the course while she was developing her portfolio. This student has a work ethic that separates her from her peers, and she can focus and achieve complex tasks. It seems like every day she is able to balance that laser focus with amicable humility, and we look forward to seeing where her creative mind will take her in the future. It is for these reasons that this year's Glenn Keane Fine Arts Award goes to Adelie Cruz. And now we'll be presenting the Clara Barton Citizenship Award. Clara Barton is a woman who risked her life to bring support and medical supplies to soldiers in the field during the war. When the war was over, she continued to dedicate her life to helping others by founding the American Red Cross. Each year, this Citizenship Award goes to a student who is led by example, actively helping in their local communities. This student has answered the call of the public needs since their freshman year as an active participant in both the student government and the local community. As a student leader, this individual has celebrated their team's successes in times of triumph and has absorbed lessons from the failures of projects that did not go exactly as planned. Through it all, an admirable characteristic about this individual is a sense of genuine compassion for their peers and a desire to see others succeed where they may have failed. For her noble actions and integrity behind the scenes over the past 4 years, it is our honor to present this year's Clara Barton Citizenship Award to Emily Cox.
Senator McLean was an honored veteran and a former prisoner of war who would be later diagnosed with cancer, but through all of his hardships, his spirit could not be conquered, and he served his country until the very end. For this award, we look to honor a Monticello senior who has experienced adversity and not once lost sight of their passion and spirit. Part of life's adventures are the challenges that you run into along the way, but the key to success is not allowing those obstacles to stop you from continuing on your path. Overcoming those hurdles is no simple task, and it's even more difficult when your biggest roadblocks come from yourself. We've all faced internal demons, but very few of us have been able to overcome those and maintain the same drive, passion, and academic accomplishments as this young woman. I am so proud of how much she has grown over the past 3 years that I've had the pleasure of knowing her, and of all the feats she has achieved along the way, including getting into her dream school. I know that she will continue to persevere and overcome whatever life throws at her, and I cannot wait to see what legacy she leaves on the world. This year's John McCain Spirit of Triumph Award goes to Shreya Gupta.
Katherine Johnson has gone down in history as a celebrated NASA mathematician. Each year, with this award, we look to honor one student whose accomplishments in math deserve to be recognized. In her mathematics career here at Freedom High School, she has attempted the most difficult coursework possible and excelled at every turn. Not only does she capitalize on every opportunity to do what she can and learn what she can, she cares deeply about helping other students learn, understand, and appreciate mathematics as much as she does. She is incredibly bright and determined, as well as kind. This year's Katherine Johnson Math Award goes to Michaela Widmer. Eleanor Roosevelt is best known for being our former First Lady. She was far more than that. She championed poverty alleviation, she fought for access to education and civil rights. She was a leader in the best possible way. In honor of the First Lady, we recognize one student who has demonstrated great leadership. Since her freshman year, she has always been quick to help a peer if they have questions. She excels in everything she does and has led one of the school's honor societies through the pandemic and even started new initiatives this year. She has always been one of the first students to help at tutoring and has helped keep us on track as our secretary and this year as our president. This year's Eleanor Roosevelt Leadership and Service Award goes to Wendy Tech.
F. Scott Fitzgerald was a celebrated American novelist, essayist, screenwriter, and short story writer. Each year with this award, we look to honor one student who deserves to be celebrated for their accomplishments in English courses. In her 4 years at Freedom High School, this student has excelled in many of her subjects, but like Fitzgerald, she has brightly shone in her English courses. She has maintained an inquisitive and creative mind that is evident in both her written and verbal analysis. She is an outstanding critical thinker and role model to her peers when it comes to rhetoric and literature of any kind. This year's F. Scott Fitzgerald Award goes to Adelie Cruz. Serena Williams will go down in history as one of the most successful women's tennis players of all time. It is in her honor that we give an award to a student that has not just gone above and beyond in their academics, but in their dedication to athletics as well. The recipient of this award is someone who has continued to excel not just in their sport, but also academically and in many AP classes throughout the years. As a 4-year member of the Freedom High School baseball team, he has been a strong athlete and a role model to his teammates and peers. Attending Hood College on a baseball scholarship, it is our honor to present the Serena Williams Athlete Award to Andrew Lipschitz. Bridget Mason's story is one of inspiration and hope. Born into slavery, she had to petition courts for the freedom of herself and others. She persevered despite these obstacles, becoming the first African American woman to own land in California. An entrepreneur and philanthropist, she transformed her life without letting anything stand in her way. The student we recognize each year has done the same. They have persevered and overcome trials to reach where they are today. As members of the human race, we all know that this past year has been a true struggle for each and every one of us. On top of everything we've all had to endure, this student has also experienced adversity at a whole different level in her personal life. She was often put in situations where she had to choose between school, helping her family, or focusing on her own mental health, and her selflessness and determination showed her trying to juggle all of those aspects of life at the same time. Despite all of this adversity, this student has continued to focus on her schoolwork, participate in extracurricular activities, and maintain positive relationships with her peers and teachers. This student has truly demonstrated the levels of spirit, tenacity, and fortitude that we look for in the recipient of this award. It should come as no surprise that this year's Bridget Mason Award goes to Caitlin Dockman.
Nikola Tesla was more than a simple engineer and physicist. He rose to the occasion with his innovative mind to help transform the way we look at and channel electrical power. This award goes to one student each year who has shown great innovation, just like Nikola Tesla did. This student recognized a need to increase STEM awareness at our school and create an avenue where students who wanted to focus on science as a career or simply have a love for it could gather, increase their knowledge, and share with others. His love and passion for science, which has been seen throughout the year, helped to create the National Science Honor Society here at Freedom High School. This was a great step towards getting students more interested in STEM and a way to showcase their talents. This is why the Nikola Tesla Award goes to Rian Shaw. Carl Sagan was an American astronomer, scientist, cosmologist, astrobiologist, and much more. He played a leading role in the American space program, becoming a consultant and advisor for NASA. As we look to recognize one student who has played a leading role in their science classes throughout their time at FHS. When asked to describe this student, every science teacher she has ever had uses the same word: leadership. Throughout her high school career, she has been an influence in her science classes to fellow students and a resource for her teachers. A teacher could lean on her to assist other students when the teacher could not get to them in a timely manner, and knew that the students would be in very capable hands. Her passion for learning science and leadership is second to none, and that is why this year's Carl Sagan Science Award goes to Amanda Yu.
Studying a world language for 4 years is a wonderful achievement in and of itself, but over the course of the last 4 years, this student has done more than just study the French language while learning to conjugate verbs and read articles. They have truly embraced the language and all that it has to offer. They have taken the time to learn about the Francophone world and world culture. This student has persevered through different challenges with a great work ethic and a strong desire to do all that they take on. This student has additionally played a big role in the growth of French Honor Society, helping it to flourish and succeed. And with that being said, this year's AP French Language and Culture Award goes to Nicole Franco. Félicitations. mother of anthropology, Margaret Mead became famous for her foundational holistic views of the human race. Her works have inspired many scholars and historians alike to think in terms of the interconnectedness that blends all social studies courses together in terms of culture, politics, development, and gender equality. Being a Monticello student with a rigorous course load is not always easy. Advanced placement course loads can oftentimes overwhelm those who are not up to the challenge. This young man has excelled at each academic challenge he has come up against, and even as a sophomore was taking both AP World and AP Euro. If his positive reputation amongst his current and former teachers were not enough, his efforts have resulted in being in the top of this year's senior class. This year's Margaret Mead Social Studies Award goes to Malik Bigrasan.
And now for the Monticello Legacy Award. The Monticello Legacy Award is given to the Patriot whom, throughout their 4 years in Monticello, has left an everlasting cornerstone in the program. We recognize these individuals as the vanguard, the people who will always be remembered as the forerunners, the innovators, the game changers, who left the Academy better than it was. Each year, we will remember these individuals by reciting a brief memory of the past recipients, then gifting the new recipient with an award and engraving their name on a plaque, which will remain hung in the main office. That being said, we would like to honor the following past recipients. Gerardo Abril, an essential individual whose leadership and hard work during his senior year were crucial in our restoration of the program. Gabriela Batar, a student who was never afraid to speak her mind in any controversial issue about the world. Victoria Paniagua, someone whose optimism could never be deterred, and who reestablished friendship and solidarity amongst all 4 class grades during her time in Monticello. Sean Richter, a fiercely intelligent individual whose devotion and self-sacrifice could be seen by his presence and energy at every single Monticello event over his 4 years. Shayna Martin, the master problem solver who was a key member of the Student Senate in making necessary changes to revitalize the program. Lucille Armstrong, a driving force in the program who held every member of her team accountable and was never afraid to face a problem head-on. This school year proved to be a tidal wave of change and adaptation to new situations. As difficult as it was to navigate these new waters, this student strived to be the best version of themselves in both academics and extracurricular activities. One of life's most important aspects is to pass on what you have learned, and this student is just as much of a teacher as they are a learner in school. Through this student's hard work in the student government and the performing arts, hundreds if not thousands of people were able to witness such events as the Homecoming Talent Show of 2019, as well as Freedom's most recent musical, Disenchanted. This student helped in choreographing the entire musical while still maintaining high marks in all of her classes, even though she may have lost a few months of sleep in the process. But the most important aspect that Monticello tries to teach for the future is that failure is the greatest lesson that we can learn from. When this student was asked how they react to failure, they just replied with a simple phrase which was, "Shake it off, you'll learn from this." This fearless student is a representation of our hopes and dreams for every Monticello student that has passed through the Academy for all 4 years. With that being said, it is our honor this year to present the Monticello Legacy Award to Annalisa Hutchinson. And now for our Renaissance Patriot Awards. The Renaissance, which translates to rebirth, was a historical period of innovation and discovery that sparked a revival of learning and wisdom in Europe after the years of cultural stagnation. Each of these students has exuded the qualities and traits of our new program, and I would like to begin with our Renaissance Freshman Award. This young woman is an excellent student who has displayed a desire for knowledge through reading both inside and outside of the classroom. She is sociable and is willing to share her wisdom, knowledge, and skills with the others. She has maintained a high level of achievement as a freshman and sets a good example to her peers and others. Our 9th grade Renaissance Patriot Award goes to Maria Lanuki Guedes.
This young man has shown brightly throughout his sophomore year. For most students who have a rigorous course load, it is about surviving and doing what they can to achieve their goals. But for this young man, it is so much more. His teachers have said time and again that he has a passion and a desire to learn. He is a positive role model to his peers, always reaching out to participate in his classes and assist wherever he can. Our 10th grade Renaissance Patriot Award goes to Jonathan Luna.
This young woman has stepped up to the challenges of leadership within Monticello without hesitation. Not only has she continued to excel in her academics during this time, but she has been truly innovative in her pursuit of expanding opportunities for herself and her peers. Through organization of the first ever speaker series, this student ensured that other students had the chance to learn from people within potential career paths. She has been quick to offer help to those in need and is a constant positive light in the program. This year's 11th grade Renaissance Patriot Award goes to Melanie Caceres.
This senior truly embodies what it means to be a Renaissance patriot. You can find him in many places around campus, excelling in multiple math classes, participating in literary discussions, analyzing films, fixing technology in the media center, mentoring other students, and being kind and helpful to faculty and staff. He does all of these things every day, and always with a positive attitude and a smile on his face. He is a positive example and role model for every Monticello student to come. This year's 12th grade Renaissance Patriot Award goes to William Doper.
Good evening, I'm Cheryl Neely, and I'm here to present the Luke Roy Scholarship. The Monticello Luke Roy Scholarship seeks to support individuals each year who best exemplify the qualities of ethical independence, commitment to service, and excellence in academics that Luke Roy himself demonstrated so clearly in his time at Freedom High School. Luke Roy was a truly unique individual who did not seek to follow the masses, but instead sought to follow his understanding of what was worthy and just. He was committed to making choices that were influenced not by trends or popular opinion, but by a sense of correctness, logic, and justice. As such, we seek an individual whose character is firmly rooted in the moral compass and whose decisions making is done with a focus on and a commitment to that which we know to be right. Luke Roy also showed great commitment to the early childhood education program through his 4 years at Freedom High School. He dedicated himself to learning not only his own personal life, but also in teaching of others. He hoped to go on to pursue a career in education. And it is that same commitment to community service, not just in his time here, but in his chosen career path, that we search for in a scholarship candidate. The candidate sought to be one who has not simply shown an aptitude for volunteering, but has also demonstrated a clear commitment to pursue a career in public service as they move forward into university and adulthood. Luke was not simply an excellent student with good grades and test scores to demonstrate it, but he was also an excellent student for the right reasons. He excelled not because he chased after accolades, but because he yearned for understanding. Luke's success came from the manner in which he pursued genuine curiosity and sought to improve his knowledge of the world through education. The candidate should be someone who, like Luke, shows an excellence in their performance, but also shows excellence in their pursuit, cultivating the habits of curiosity and study based on genuine passion for authentic learning.
This year's recipient has a commitment to her academics, which is impressive and unwavering. In spite of significant obstacles in her personal life, she has never failed to put her coursework first. She challenges herself with many advanced placement classes and always puts forth her best effort. During the fourth quarter quarantine last year, she was one of few students who sought out extra help from her teachers. In a time when many students struggled or sought out shortcuts, this young woman knew she would rather maintain her dignity than seek the easy way out. She completed optional practice exams in several of her courses and did her best to master all parts of the problem or question at hand. Her current and former teachers cannot help but say how impressed they are with her voluntary undertaking and relentless pursuit of knowledge for the sake of knowledge. The recipient of the award this year possesses qualities which resonate Luke Roy's. That is why this year's Luke Roy Scholarship is presented to Miss Caitlin Dominic.
The Thomas Jefferson Award was created to recognize a teacher, guidance counselor, support staff, or any member of the Monticello committee that has gone above and beyond the call of duty for our organization. An individual that receives this award has established themselves as a bedrock foundation without which the Monticello Academy could not succeed. The winner's name will also be permanently engraved in a plaque to be recognized in the main office.
This year, we honor a teacher that has become a symbol for spirit for the entire organization. Every year, this individual has shown up almost every single fundraiser, Saturday workshop, service activity, awards ceremony, committee meeting, and summer institute. They have actively participated in raising money for lip sync battle, dressing up as everything from Spice Girls to Suffragette. They have run breakout sessions in Saturday workshops, telling weird stories about history, and even played a game of Among Us at our social event this year. The individual helped to chaperone our service event at Clean the World in 2018 and even fell into a box of soap accidentally while helping our students. But more importantly, this teacher is absolutely loved, adored, and respected by countless students, parents, and fellow peers, and has inspired all of us with her so-called shenanigans.
We truly appreciate this individual as one of the most dedicated teachers to this program, and it is our honor to present this year's Thomas Jefferson Award to Miss Catherine Thurlow. That was fun.
Yeah. I was like, I really want to.
I know, right?
And now for a new award this year, the Cornerstone Award for Outstanding Parent Volunteer. Years ago, a decision was made to form a team of parents dedicated to the same philosophies that Monticello believed and whose input would help to shape and mold the program. With the help of this team of parents, the school year would not have been easy, and we are eternally grateful for their assistance. The parent that we recognize tonight has been an invaluable volunteer for the past 4 years. She has gone out of her way many times to not only set up fundraisers, but to seek donations for the program as well. At our Saturday workshops, you would always see her in front of the group speaking passionately about why Monticello was the best choice for our students, sharing personal stories about why she felt so confident in this decision, and staying after the meeting to chat with parents about any concerns that they may have. On a personal note, I don't think I've ever had a parent ask as many questions about the Monticello Academy as this particular individual, but I am so glad that she did. To show our extreme appreciation for her efforts, we would like to present this year's Cornerstone Award for Outstanding Parent Volunteer to Mrs. Hital Vera.
As the year draws to a close, we would like to take a moment to thank our truly dedicated student senators, who were the face of the program, who brought us through the year, dedicated their time and effort to making Monticello as successful as it was this year.
Our student senators this year were Melanie Cesares, Cecilia Bodon, Ava Acosta, Sophia Acosta, Adelaide Fisher, and Miguel Caraballo Anaya.
Once again, thank you for representing our Monticello students this year.
And now,
For our seniors,
a blast from the past.
comes time for the end of our award ceremony, which means that it's time to present our Monticello Class Cup. This year has been very challenging to say the least, but through it all, we've had one class that has really risen to the occasion and shown strength, fortitude, and an endurance that we cannot even imagine to take place in any other school year. To the class of 2021, our senior class, congratulations, you are the winners of this year's Class Cup, which unfortunately you cannot get to raise in person, but just knowing that you won, I hope is enough, at least for this year. This also comes the time where we have to say goodbye, and this is always the hard part. To the class of 2021, you have endured, I think, one of the most challenging times in human history. You've had to adapt. You've had to mold yourselves in ways that were never expected. We have to think about how these trials make us stronger and how these trials are going to help us become better people as we go out into the real world. So I tell you this, remember that all of your mistakes, your failures, everything you've learned in the past 4 years have made you stronger, better, smarter, wiser, and hopefully an innovator, a pioneer, a leader, and someone that we're going to hear about on the news as inventing the next great thing. To every other class, our juniors, our sophomores, our freshmen, you have also come such a far way in such a short amount of time. You again have had to grow in ways that no one expected, and we could not be prouder of every single one of you. Every single Monticello student gets to have their own collectible pin, which will hopefully shine bright on one of your Letterman jackets in the future, which I promise we're still working. We are so proud of not only our students, but we're also proud of our parents. And parents, I'd like to speak directly to you. We are eternally grateful. And to be honest with you, without the parent committee, and without certain parents working hard in the background, I don't know how we would have made it through this year. It's through the teamwork of students, parents, teachers, guidance counselors, everyone on the support staff, and the community at large that makes Monticello's dream possible. And so with that, I want to say thank you so much for watching tonight. Congratulations to our senior class of 2021. We will see you at graduation. We look forward to it. Have a great evening. Thank you so much, and go Patriots.